Hello class, as I mentioned yesterday, I am gone today. I have a doctor's appointment. Mr. Thorson is going to take great care of you. I know that you guys will be respectful and do the things that you are expected to do. So we're going to introduce Chapter 4 quick. The Chapter 4 is on inequalities, and we're going to do a couple different things in those inequalities. We've got writing and graphing inequalities. We're going to solve inequalities using addition and subtraction, which is going to be similar to what we did with equations. Then we're going to solve inequalities using multiplication and division. And finally, we're going to solve two-step inequalities. The first cartoon that we have, if you reached into a water bowl and found more than $20, and then reached into your cat food bowl and found more than $40, what would you have? Somebody else's bowls. So we're talking about greater than 20, greater than 40. So we'll basically be dealing with some things like that. Our second cartoon is Dear Precious Pet World. Your ad says up to 75% off on selected items. I select Yummy Tummy Bacon flavored dog biscuits. Hey, it didn't say who's doing the selecting. So if we're talking about this up to, it is going to be less than 75% on that one. And finally, in the third one, move further back, we still have an inequality. Why do I always have to be the one farther from the fulcrum? And since Mr. Thorson's here, he can probably explain this a little bit better than I can, but this is the fulcrum right here, and we try to get these to balance. So one of the things that we are trying to do is we're going to graph inequalities, and you can see in this first one, we've got x is greater than or equal to 2, and because we're at 2 and it is included because of this equal to, we have a closed circle here. So then we will graph everything that is bigger than 2, so we will have a graph that looks like this. Again, they talk about this, the tested number less to the left, so 0 is not a solution. Is 0 less than or greater than or equal to 2? No. Tested number to the right, so they chose 6. 6 is greater than 2. Now, if we have something like this in number 2, where x is less than 5, this one will be an open circle. We will not fill it in because 5 is not one of the solutions. So we would not have anything right there. It would just be an open circle, and then we would shade everything to the left. This one, we would have a closed circle at 1, and we would shade everything to the right. On this one, since it does equal, we would come out here to 20, we would put a closed circle, and we would shade it to the left because this is less than. On the last one, x is greater than 13, we would have an open circle at 13 because 13 is not included in the solution, and anything bigger than that would work. The other thing that we must do in this lesson, in this chapter, is to be able to compare numbers. So we're going to compare negative 1/3 and negative 5/6. They graphed them. I'm not sure that you need to graph them, but they graph negative 1/3 and negative 5/6. Obviously, since this one is to the right, it is bigger. So we also know that negative 5/6 is to the left. So we know that negative 5/6 is less than negative 1/3. Remember, numbers closer to 0 on the negative side are the bigger ones. In these final ones, we can see that this one's negative and this one's positive, so we know that this one is going to be negative 2/3 is less than 3/8. Over here, we've got negative 1/2, which is going to be 4/8, is going to be greater than negative 7/8. In number 7, this is going to be negative 2/10. Since this is a negative, we automatically know that that is going to be positive. The positive is going to be bigger. Again, over here we've got a positive bigger, so negative 1.4 is less than 1.2. This one is going to be closer to 0, so we've got negative 2.2 is greater than negative 4.6. And again, this one is going to be closer to 0, so we've got negative 1.9 is less than negative 1.1. So Mr. Thorson will be handing out the fair game review, and we will go over the answers on Friday for this. He will also be handing back quizzes that need to be finished, so please make sure you get those turned in. Please be respectful, and when you are done, you can get on your Chromebooks, but you should not be on your phones. Thanks. Have a great day, and I will see you on Friday.